just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
What is up, grinders and grindettes? Just your guy, the Black Abstract. You're locked in once again, and I appreciate you for it. So let's get into it. Sweet Tooth is a American fantasy drama based on the comic book of the same name by Jeff Lemire. The series was developed by Jim Mickey for Netflix, and it premiered on June 4th. And listen, when I first saw this trailer, I was like, yo, what is this cheesy ass deer boy or reindeer kid, as my daughter like to call him? What is this crap? I'm like, this is a fluff piece, some family stuff. I'm like, I'll probably watch it with the kids to see what it's about. This was not it. This was not it, what I thought it was gonna be. Listen, I was invested from the first show until the 8th episode. I was thoroughly invested in these characters, and I thought everybody did a good job. So if you haven't seen it, or if you not, or like me, unfamiliar with the comic book or the novel, whatever it is, I guess Robert Downey Jr. is the EP on this, or has something to do with making this as well. So listen, 10 years ago, there was something called the Great Crumble. It wreaked havoc on the world, and it led to a mysterious emergence of hybrid babies born part human, part animal. Unsure if hybrids are the cause or result of the virus, many humans fear and hunt them. After a decade of living safely in this secluded forest home, a sheltered hybrid deer boy named Gus unexpectedly befriends a wandering loner named Jeopard, and together they set out on an extraordinary adventure across what is left of America in search of answers about Gus's origins, Jeopard's past, and then they picked up this other characters along the way that you meet. So the story focuses on Gus. That's the reindeer kid, as like I said, my daughter like to call him. His father has him secluded in the woods. If you're not familiar with the novel, you have no idea why he's out there, why he's being raised like this, except from that it's a virus going around and it's killing people. And it's crazy because it's similar to what we're going through with the COVID. So everybody's wearing masks. And then all of a sudden you see it cuts. One of the main focal points of the show is the doctor. Starts off with him, and you see how he's living his day to day, and then you see how he's living once the virus takes place, and then you get to see that once he walks in one day, these kids are being born. Parents are giving birth, and all the babies are hybrids, like half animal, half human kids. So imagine your wife or significant other goes to the delivery room, pops out a kid, and it's a half human, half cow, or half bird, you gonna be like, what the? Listen, I tried to come to terms with like, oh, this might be cute. Listen, if my wife gave birth to a half animal, half human, first of all, I got some questions for her. But secondly, I'm gonna be tripping. I'm gonna be like, yo, this ain't what I signed up for. Like, think about that. Think about that thoroughly, and think about it don't think about it from the show aspect. Think about it from a real life aspect. If you and your significant other, say you're expecting right now. Sorry about that. You know, people hit me up about content, but say that you're in a relationship and you guys go to the delivery room and this baby's born and it's a half animal, half human. You would flip out. You would be like, yo, what's going on here? But anyway, the kid's dad winds up passing because these guys called the I believe the Forever People, they are eliminating or hunting hybrids because hybrids have some link to this virus. So people believe that they either bought the virus here or they have the cure for the virus. It's in their genetic DNA. So kids are being sacrificed. So this show is pretty dark. It doesn't go and actually show the kids, but it gives little hints and subtleties that these kids are being killed in order to try to prevent this virus. And show revolves around not just Gus Deerboy. It revolves around Jeopard, who is kind of like his guardian angel per se. This loner, this drifter that he meets, and then he just takes a liking to the kid. And you figure out later on that he sees his son in the kid because his wife was pregnant and had a baby. and it was born like a half cow, half human, and he got the hell up on out the hospital, pretty much abandoned his family. From what we saw, season 2, it might be some more adding on to that, but I think he's trying to kind of like redeem himself by taking Gus under his wing. And Gus is hilarious because he's a kid. He's a shelter kid. So that alone in itself is already a recipe for fun, you could say. I'm not gonna say disaster, but let alone he's a deer, so his senses like smell and hearing are heightened. So he can smell certain smells from miles away. He can hear things from miles away. And he's a kid and he never been anywhere. So everything. So when Jepper's telling him, yo, I need you to sit here and be quiet. Don't say nothing. He's gone. He's out of here because he smells something. He's on to it, especially candy. He just the way he eats, he just stuffs his face. It's hilarious, man. I think the kid did a good job. He had a couple of times where I was like, yo, you need to just listen, but he's a kid. That's what kids do. They don't listen. They'll do the exact opposite of what you tell them to do. You also meet a woman who was, I believe, a psychiatrist. And she works at an office, and the great crumble happened around her, so she kind of quarantined her in the office. Once it was clear, she went out and she went to a zoo, and she completely took over the zoo as just somebody that was living there. That was her dwelling. Then this hybrid baby gets dropped off in front of her place, and she takes this baby in. Now, all these situations. Well, let me tell the other situation. So that's her situation. Then you get the doctor who I spoke on before. His situation was his wife had the virus, and he brought it to the hospital. And somehow he's found a way to contain the virus to where she'll have, I believe, 28 days to be not. She'll just be completely normal. The virus won't show up, or she won't have any symptoms. But for some reason, she's not. She can't spread the virus. She's not contagious, but I think she is because the one guy at the party got it. But another situation, or another person that this situation revolves is the leader of the Forever Men, who looks like Sonic the Hedgehog's arch nemesis. I forget the guy's name. He bald head. He got the beard. He looks kind of like Jim Carrey looked in the Sonic movie. He's the one hunting all these kids down and taking them to this doctor who is experimenting on them and coming up with the medicine that the one doctor is giving his wife. Then you got another character who is a loner who started a group, or a group of soldiers who dress like the hybrids. They dress like animals and they rescue hybrids. So these are the people that this story revolves around, and somehow it's like 6 degrees of separation. They're all going to eventually link up with each other, which is what I thought was going to happen in the first season, but I see everything is leading to the second season. So yeah, I thought this. Listen, I don't want to go in. I'm not gonna break down every episode because we'll be here forever. But I was very surprised by this series, man. How much I was invested into this. I think Jepper, the guy that plays him, did an excellent job. I feel like I could have played that role. We kind of look alike, big dude. I'm not as tall as him, but I think he did a good job. I think he looked very annoyed at first with Gus because, like I said, Gus reminds him of something he like his kid, and also he used to be a Forever person, and he was like Finn in Star Wars, where he was part of the stormtroopers, but then he defected and realized he was doing wrong, so he just went and did his own thing. And the Forever people are Forever Men. I hope I'm saying it right. They're looking for him, but he winds up saving Gus. Gus is about to get killed, and Gus just won't leave him alone after that. He keeps following him. I thought the interactions between him and, I believe her name was Betty, that had the animal group. I thought she did a great job as well. I thought the scenes between him and her were Becky, that's her name, Becky. I thought the scenes between him and her were amazing. I thought that they had like a big brother, younger sister dynamic to where they just was like completely annoying each other. She didn't like him because she knew what he used to be, and she thought that he had an ulterior motive for hanging with Gus. So, but at the end, they just wind up being family. I love the dynamic of the lady at the zoo, who was taking in all these kids. You know, Amy, that was her name. Amy, I believe I like the way she was just taking. She started with her daughter, you know, and she took her in. And then after that, she just got this idea to complete taking in hybrids. They took in a little beaver. His name was Bobby. He was just so adorable, man. They had him dressed up. He was like saying hi and stuff. He couldn't really talk, and it's crazy because how all these stories start. They all start at the same time, but then 10 years go by. So you see the progression. So Gus starts off, he's a baby. This other hybrid kid starts off, she's a baby. And then 10 years go by and you see how everybody is developed and what they're doing. The doctor is living in it. They got their own little settlement. You know, these rich fucks got their own little settlement. They got a gated thing. They got security at the gate. He got a horse. He's going to get the medicine for his wife. And it's kind of barbaric what they're doing. If anybody has the virus, they wrap them up in this bubble wrap and they burn them alive. And I'm like, yo, this is great stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, this is barbaric. But yo, this shit was good as hell, man. This is all I gotta say. Watch this shit, man. If I had to rate this out of 4. Because I do everything by Mike standards because I'm a rapper. So how many mics would I give this show? I probably would give this show 4 mics. 4 out of 5 mics. I think it was definitely a great show. I just think towards the end, it started to get a little rush because I think they were just trying to, you know, piece everything together as best as they could. So there's a couple of things I was just like, oh, that was kind of, I could, like, why did that happen? Why did this happen? Okay, they could have made that a little better. There's a couple of minor nitpicks, but overall, thought the show was good. And I can't wait to see this next season. I think it's going to be a season 2. I'm pretty sure it will be. And we'll see where it goes from there. Let me know what you guys think. Post your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until next time. Peace.